There it is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. I hope you're absolutely fantastic. We're getting closer and closer to the US elections, and that's raising some questions. One of the questions is, what should I do with my Bitcoin holdings? Say, for example, you got into the market at $20,000 and it's now at 70. What do you do with that? It's a good question because when you sell out of a position is when it matters most to you. So what I'm trying to say is that, let's say, for example, it's got to 70, it drops back down to 30. You don't think it's going to go back up again, and you sell it at 30. Where you sell it at is the most relevant part of that market to you because that's where it closes at. So what I'm trying to get to there is that if you're feeling nervous or unsettled or unsure about what's about to transpire on the market, number one, obviously, look for my posts because I'll be guiding you through. And I've also got some very smart AI at my side that's going to help out as well. So, going back to what to do there, my recommendation is perhaps to sell out for cash. Just put it into a stable coin for now. Put your Bitcoin into USDT if you've ridden it for this long and you're not sure what price is going to do because of this massive, massive, massive election. So if you're conservative, my recommendation is that. Another approach would be to perhaps take the principal amount that you put in, so that's the initial amount that you put in, and then put that as cash, or USDT, so that that's protected, and then maybe have the profit that you've made over X amount of time in the market, whilst it either dives or it goes up. I don't want to get political, but just common sense says to me that if the Democrats win the election, my recommendation is take everything and put it to a stable coin immediately, because the absence of confidence in the dollar, especially with BRICS going on. I think there's like over 150 countries that have aligned with BRICS and so forth. I don't think it'll be good for America or the markets. Just to talk about the markets, should the Democrats take it? All right, so go to cash if the Democrats win the election. If the Republicans take it, then you've got Elon Musk, the guy who, I'm not even talking about Trump right now. Elon Musk, the guy who fired 80% of Twitter and then made it, that company, shortly afterwards, one of the most reliable media sources on the planet. People who have been subjected to fake news, Facebook and their lies, and propaganda, and all that kind of stuff. It's been a shift towards independent media. And of course, Trump spent a ton of money to acquire Twitter, to only change the name and make it his own, and then made the algorithm open source. That makes a rock star. I mean, again, forget Trump for a second. Look at JFK Jr. and his desire to make kids healthy and get the pesticides and chemicals out of food. Like, you can't, it's not a negotiable conversation. That's something that everyone should want. So the confidence behind JFK Jr. and his initiatives. Then you've got Elon Musk. I mean, he's proven himself time and time again. He's not even human. Like, how does a guy catch a rocket whilst he's got the whole, like, everything he's got going on? He must have like how does he do as much as he does in the same day that other people experiences? But I don't know. It's just wild what he can do. So he's going to get into government efficiency. It's going to save the taxpayer trillions. There's talks about changing income tax and putting that income rather into tariffs. So so there's a whole bunch of strong conversation. Trump's a billionaire. He knows business. My point being is that if the Republicans take it, which looks like that's going to be the case, then just common sense says the sentiment of the markets are going to follow that confidence. And that's where bull runs will come in. I do think there'll be volatility, and I want to talk about that for a second. So just to kind of surmise what I've spoken about already, if you've been holding and hoping for a long period of time and you're unsure about this period, I'll do my best to guide you through. But just if you're unavailable to watch my shows or whatever other reason, this the safest thing you can do is just lock in what you already have. Just put that to USDT and just wait for the craziness to settle, and then get back into the game once markets have stabilized. Alternatively, you can ride the volatility, and perhaps, again, where you sell is what is the most significant part to you. So if it rides up to $90,000 and you sell there, then you've gone from 20,000 to 90,000. Whether or not it stays at 90,000, whether or not it drops back down to 65, or whatever the case may be, all that matters to you in your world is that you rode it from 20 to 90, and that's pretty decent. And then even at that point, you can put it aside, save it, wait for things to kind of stabilize again, and then get back in with the extra profit and allow that to grow. All right, so I think I've covered that enough. Volatility. For my day traders, my swing traders, this is going to test you. As should Republicans win and this massive bull run happens across the markets, not just Bitcoin and crypto and altcoins and nanocoins and all these coins, but obviously the S&P 500, etc., etc., etc. So volatility can drive people crazy. Making a lot of money and making a lot of money quickly plays this psychological impact or effect on a lot of people. And if you haven't been through that, it can actually be negative, because it's like going to the casino and just having a winning streak up front, and then trying to keep that high, and then ignoring the losses, ignoring the signs, and then at the end of the night landing up broke. It's a similar thing with the markets. It's almost as if like it's undeserved profits that have just come your way, because everyone wins in a bull run, and a lot of people can try and like balance that out by doing more risk. It's like this whole psychological thing. My point being is that keep your system as your Bible. Like, make sure that you are strict with every single move. Follow your checklist, follow your rules, rinse, repeat. If it's not working out for you, then take a step back and recalibrate, rather than revenge trading, getting too greedy, and allowing the emotions to run you. I know firsthand that I struggle with patience, and I struggle with a few things. I'm human, right? That's why I've gone a different direction. And as someone who can chart, I'm outstanding, right? One of the best. Until proven otherwise, that's exactly my stance. However, when it comes to trading and all of the psychological elements that professional trading requires, it's very tough for me to keep disciplined. I'll be honest. And I can be honest because thankfully we live in a day and age where there's a machine, or I don't know what you even want to call it, machine learning, I guess, that is there to be an ally, like AI, to help me keep a level head, to see through the noise, to be on top of myself. It's like having professional traders alongside me, guiding me through and pleasantly surprising me, because I get tired, all the usual stuff, analysis paralysis, rush to wait, and then this and that, and then the trade you're really excited about kind of doesn't work out, so you leave a trade open overnight, and then instead of taking $1,000 profit, you take $300 profit, and that's kind of like discouraging. All of that mess. There's so much to trading when you are on the field and actually doing it like full time and professionally. A lot of people don't even think about. So having an AI to kind of guide me through this time is going to be fantastic for me, and I'm super grateful that I've put in the last 18 months to make sure that I've got something like this available. But my point being is that as you if you do have an AI or something to that effect that is like super powerful to guide you through, then great. More than likely you don't. So should you not, keep to a system. Make sure you follow the rules. I'm talking from experience here, because there's nothing worse than being the guy who's lost money during the biggest bull run or market movement of one's era. I'm not guaranteeing that. I mean, BlackRock believes that the elections aren't going to do anything to the markets. It's just crazy to think BlackRock thinks that the elections aren't going to bring volatility to the market. So maybe I'm wrong completely. Maybe common sense isn't going to be on my side here. But again, if you don't have AI, that kind of thing, then at least have yourself a checklist to make sure that you're getting in at the right time, that the market conditions are right, that you're where you're getting in with regards to how far the price has already moved is correct in terms of your risk reward ratio. It's always good to have a checklist. So just arm yourself, prepare yourself, have that all ready, and try to do something like I have done here, where there is an allowance to open up a trade after the fact of your checklist being followed. Say, for example, let's kind of use this right now. Now, I'm not going to do a forecast just yet, because I'm waiting for price action to break or not break here on the higher time frame. It's a very weird setup over here, and I just want to make sure I want to see it clear either past there or break above there. So it's either there or out there. It should have come down here. But my thinking is, because the election's coming up, that the big time traders aren't necessarily putting in orders, because they want to sit back and see. They want to have their capital ready to go. And that's why I think that this is a really short move. Typically, it should have gone down there. So we could see some low liquidity. We'll have to see. I'll do a more of a technical analysis tomorrow. But to kind of drive my point home, I don't get my trade details shown to me unless my checklist over here covers all of these elements. So trend direction, for example, I'm unsure of over there. So that's not going to kick off for me. Turning point spacing, it's also quite weird because there's symmetrical triangles. So it could be a 7, 8, 9. Not loving it. It's okay. I'll leave it in. Scaling for the new direction, I guess a symmetrical triangle wouldn't be too fun to work with, but I can leave it in, and so on and so forth. Kill zone will be outside of kills, and that's fine. Time projection, I'd say there could be a turning point expected to happen here. So a lot of this isn't too bad. I'm just going through it in my head real quick. So oscillator, for example, that wouldn't be good. Kubrick I haven't done, but I'm sure it'll be fine because the time projection looks okay. The price projection, yeah, it's okay. And that looks like a 45-degree line over there. I'm just doing it, but arc 3 move in my mind. So even though we've got 8 out of 10 here for the criterion, the reward level, it's already late in this transition. All right, it's already at an arc 4. I'm just going with my naked eye. So getting into the trade, it doesn't recommend going in because it's already has gone to a certain degree, a certain travel point. I don't know what the right terminology is there. My brain's broken from coding all day long. So yeah, follow the system during the volatile times. I want to try to be here to help you through. From a day trading perspective, I want to lean in on AI just to help me with the emotional turmoil that comes in whilst there's a bull run or volatile markets. But I think just to close off the way I started this, if you are uncertain about what to do, and you've made some good profit until now, I would say if the Democrats win the election, sell to stablecoin immediately. Or if you want to play 50-50, or if you want to play semi-conservative, semi-excited about potential bull runs and that sort of thing, or volatility, take your principal amount, your initial amount that you put in, put that into a stable coin, so that's protected, and then allow the profit to weave with the market and see what comes of it. And then you can bring your principal back in once the market has stabilized. Or if you're just behind whatever happens and you want to tune into my shows, or and just don't really care, and you've left money in the market, and wherever it goes, then yeah, just ride it out. Maybe you get super rewarded. I think a lot of people are going to get very rich over this period, just depending on how well they can manage themselves. And again, I've got AI to help me, so I'm good. Anything else? Yeah, I'll do a technical analysis, I think, tomorrow. I just want to wait for price to be more indicative of what it's looking to do here. All right, that's it for right now. I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao for now.